would like to begin with this question. How do digital technologies shape agriculture dynamics in Latin America? This is one of the central questions guiding my research work in Colombia. And the answer to this question is not just important from an academic standpoint. It's also important to understand the agriculture transformation in Latin America. So today I will talk about three things: my academic background, my research group that support my research, and the systematic review that I've been doing here in ITAP. This is my thesis. My thesis is about avocado agribusinesses, specifically how these agribusiness make decisions. What is the relationship between strategic decision making and farm performance, and how digital technologies are shaping the decisions in avocado agribusiness. Why avocado? Because avocado crops is an emerging industry in Latin America. No, Mexico is the leader, but also in Colombia, the crop is growing. My name is Juan Pablo Taramuel. To be brief, I did a master's degree in agribusiness economics at Southern Illinois University, and now I am doing my PhD in management and economics at Faculty of Economic Science at National University of Colombia. In addition, I have been a co-author of some papers. This is one of paper: technology adoption in smallholder dairy farms in indigenous pastos communities of Colombia. We found that in technology adoption is not just important the adoption, it's also important the community, the cultural practices, and the people, The second paper is a spatial typology of Lorena avocado production systems in Colombian lowlands Casanare, integrating agronomic and socioeconomic characteristics. What we found that economic and social aspects are very important in technology adoption and also in farm productivity. And in the last paper, in the third paper, is about precision agriculture in avocado production, mapping the landscape of scientific and technological developments. We found that precision agriculture solutions are emerging area in Colombia. Now, biogenesis. This is my research group. This research group is led for Professor Durson Barrios, who is my PhD advisor. These are the main key research lines in the research group, but I am focused on these two lines: Agriculture 4.0. It is related to technology management and agri-food innovation, and in agribusiness, strategic management and decisions. My research group has more than 12 projects in Colombia. Many are related to agricultural digital technology. Just to highlight some ones, the first is about digital tools and technology adoption in agriculture, but also more related to encouraging rural people So, now with the peace building agreement, so our group is not just working with technology, we are working with people, rural people. In addition, we have been working in developing work skill with people with disabilities. And now we are going to move from some examples for applied research in Colombia to a systematic evidence in Latin America. So we wanna expand our review in Latin America. And that's why I am here, actually. Yeah, because I am doing a systematic review with Dr. Mauro Florez, and we want to know what is new in the Latin America. This is our title of our literature review, Digital Agriculture Technology Adoption in Latin America, a systematic review of adoption stage, factors, and implications. This is the agenda. I will address 5 things: the context, the research gap, the methodology, the key insights so far, and the next steps. So this is the first part, the context. Why agriculture matters in Latin America? We have 3 important facts. The first is about 7% of the region economy is agriculture. So it's important. 15% of jobs, so million people work in farming. 15% of global food exports. So we will see there are many exporting countries from Latin America. Latin America has 33 countries and is very diverse, but the agriculture is important in all the countries, in the all Latin American countries. In addition, there is a coexistence of 2 different types of systems. One side is smallholder farming, on the other side, large agribusiness, which are export-oriented. But 81 of the farms are small family farms, but only control 23% of the farm land. As I introduced before, so some Latin American countries are key global agri-food products exporters. Just a few examples. Brazil is leader exporting sugar, soybeans, coffee, and other products. Argentina is leader in grain products, maize, beef, soya oil. Mexico is leader in avocados exports, and Colombia, my country, exports coffee, bananas, flowers, and other products. And now, digital agriculture research in Latin America. It is a growing research agenda. So there are a lot of examples about digital technology in the region. There are a lot of examples. Second, the agri-tech system for smallholder farms in Latin America is consolidating. It means companies are building solutions, digital solutions for smallholder farms. And many studies have begun mapping the main obstacles and enablers to adapt in this context. However, we found these knowledge gaps in the literature. Most most of the articles ask farmers if they adopt yes or not. But we know that the technology adoption is a process, is a complex point. And many studies has been done in other contexts, Europe, North America, and maybe those frameworks do not work in Latin America. And we have limited sustainability outcomes evidence. So we want to focus on this adoption process, factors that enable or constrain adoption, and sustainability outcomes. These are our research questions. So the first is, we want to know what are the adoption stage of digital technologies in Latin American agriculture. So as I say, technology adoption is a process. So basically, awareness, farmers try to use, and after that, this is continuous use of this technology. We want to know also about what factors facilitate or limited effective adoption stage of digital technology in the region. So we know there are some factors related to the farmer, but others related to the organization, including technology, farm, and context. And what are the documented implications on sustainability aspects? So once the farmers adopt the technology, what is after that? So we want to know the pictures of sustainability outcomes. And how are doing this literature review? We are using the Prisma guidelines. So we are using Scopus and Web of Science, and now we are in the screening phase. We are still working on it. Basically, we are doing screening and in inclusion phase, and this is our main focus. First, digital technologies, all kind of digital solutions. Next, we focus on both commercial and smallholder farming, and obviously in Latin America region. And three, language search strategy. Many research is published in Spanish and Portuguese, and also in English. In related to the screening and selection process, so once we did the research equation, we found 793 articles, 143 were duplicate, and we removed, and we are screening 650 articles, and now we have select 40 articles. What are our inclusion criteria? We are focused on the studies examining the drivers and barriers of digital technology adoption, analyzing different phases of digital technology adoption, and documenting implication of these technologies on sustainable development. And what kind of studies we are not including? About great literature reviews. Only those articles focus on theoretical, and studies focus outside Latin America. And how we are analyzing these articles, we create a matrix to extract key information, and we are doing qualitative, inductive, and deductive analysis. And we are using MaxQData to help us this process. Now we are going to show some key findings so far. First, about geographic distribution. So now we have 40 articles. From these 40 articles, most of 54% are published in Brazil, and it's not surprising, right? Brazil is a big country, is a agricultural export country, and so on. Also, Colombia is in this list, Argentina, Peru, Mexico, and Ecuador. So most of the literature maybe is related to these main agricultural producers. In terms of technology focus, we classify these digital solutions based on their purpose. So we found that digital advisor and extensions, so these solutions for farm recording kits, apps, weather info, price data, basic GIS, it means, like easy use, cheap, it represents about 35%. Digital farms tools, more advanced, more expensive, it represents 70% of the studies. And we have much less studies in these two categories, digital market leakage and digital financial service. So basically, most of the digital technology are focused on how to improve the productions process. In terms of adoption stage, we found most of the articles are focused on the adoption. Farmers are trying to use these technologies, but it has been less attention put here in post-adoption. Actually, these farms are using this technology for long term in the farm management. Maybe this is the gap. In terms of production systems, most of the articles are focused on export products, grain, soybean, corn, sugarcane, coffee, dairy. And now I will present the drivers for digital agricultural adoption. So the first, it is education, right? 30%. So we found that better educated farms maybe adopt more technologies. Cooperatives are important. University and research partnership are important. Large farm size is important. Maybe some digital solutions are expensive. So maybe the larger farms have more capacity. Farm engagement and participatory approach, technology assistance and extension service, government support, and policy. So why is the message here is digital technology adoption is ecosystem. It's not just technology, it's people, it's knowledge, it's all these support systems. In terms of barriers, we can see high cost is one of the main barriers for technology adoption, lack of skilled labor, internet connectivity gaps, knowledge gaps, training needs, lack of financing, credit access, resistance to change adoption, through social and cultural barriers. So we can see there are connected challenges. If we see there are connected challenges, the solution needs to be connected to address all these barriers. And finally, some potential sustainability implications. We found most articles report economic improvements, more production, more yield, cost reduction, better efficiency, better income. In terms of environmental overall sustainability improvements, better soil, water use efficiency, input efficiency, less emission. So it means, less waste, less waste. Social is the less focus in the research, just 15%. So some articles mention some jobs create, some lost. On the other side, access issues. Actually, maybe the small farm are not the main benefits from these technologies, and also potential for youth and women engagement. So what are going to do next? We are going to finish up our literature review, data analysis, getting ready for the cordial, preparing a draft paper, and that's it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Alexia, Professor Mauro, and we are open to get feedback to improve our paper. And actually, we're open maybe to make a potential collaboration. Thank you so much.